Okay. 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 All right. Thank you. No, that'll be it. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Doritos. Yes, ma'am. There you go.
It's got to be you.
What's that?
Full house tonight. It must be you. It's that sex appeal. You just got everybody coming to show up.
The children.
Come on, you adults.
I want to come see the man who carried the flag.
Here's you, the flag carrier.
We have a local celebrity here in the house.
I'd like to call to order the Douglasville City Council Legislative Work Session for tonight, which is Thursday, July the 2nd, 2026. Our invocation will be done by Leslie Stoll, Family Ministry Director of Community First United Methodist Church of Carrollton. Please come forward. After our invocation, we'll have the Pledge of Allegiance, which will be led by the Mayor Pro Tem, City Councilmember Terry Miller. Please stand for the invocation.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, giver of all freedom and life, we come before tonight, just 2 days before our nation's Independence Day, with grateful hearts. We celebrate our country's 250th birthday. We are a country with a rich history full of mistakes and learning. Help us to never forget our past and our lessons taught. We thank you for the sacred gift of liberty and the privilege of gathering here to conduct the business of Douglasville. We ask you to grant the mayor, city council, the staff, the wisdom, the courage, the integrity to lead with fairness and passion. As we celebrate the founding of our country, remind us of our responsibility to protect the rights, dignity, and well-being of every citizen in this community. Heal division and inspire us to work together to build a more perfect and unified city. Please watch over all who celebrate this holiday, keep our neighborhoods safe, and bless our great nation. In your most awesome and holy name we pray. Amen. And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all so much. Thank you, Ms. Stoll. We appreciate. I'm at the microphone. Thank you. We appreciate the invocation, and thank you so much, Mayor Pro Tem, for leading us in the pledge. I would like to welcome you. My name is Rochelle Robinson. I'm Mayor of the City of Douglasville. I'd like to welcome you to the legislative work session. This is a work session where agenda items are presented for discussion and no official action will be taken on these items tonight, but we will take action next Monday at our 6 o'clock voting meeting. If the business you're here for is not listed as an agenda item, there will be ample time under the agenda item comments from citizens and delegates for you to discuss your business. There are a few protocol items I'd like to go over this evening so that we'll have a great understanding of how the meeting will go. So I need to make you aware of those before we get started. I ask that you please keep your comments and presentations on a professional level dealing with the facts that are important for this governing body to make our decisions. We will not accept comments that are considered by the chair to be of a personal attack on any individual or group of individuals. You will receive a warning from the chair, and if you deviate from this requirement, a second deviation will result in a request for you to leave the premises. Only one person speaking at a time. Please do not applaud, react to speakers, speak from the audience, cheer, or carry on a conversation when you're at the podium. Direct all of your comments and concerns to myself or the chairperson. I'll remind you that we are only required to accept public comments during the required public hearings. We are not required to accept public comments on other items before this council outside of the public hearing, and are prepared to stop the comments on any agenda items if we believe the general good of the meeting will not benefit from these actions being taken. If you have a cell phone or electronic device, I ask that you please put those in silent mode or turn those off so they will not be disruptive. Now, this is how the agenda items will be handled, and then we'll move on with the meeting. The committee chairperson will read his or her item, then that person representing that agenda item or applicant will make his or her presentation. And after that, myself and council members will possibly ask clarifying questions to help us get a better understanding of the item before we vote next Monday. After the committee chairperson, if it's a public hearing, we'll have 20 minutes for those in favor of the item and 20 minutes for those in opposition, and each person has 5 minutes to speak. But in totality, the people that are for the item have 20 minutes and people in opposition have 20 minutes. When you come forward, God bless you, when you come forward to speak in the microphone, please sign out. There's a speaker form you should fill out. They're outside. You can fill that form out and hand it to our Assistant City Clerk, Ms. Candace James, and she will put your information into the official record. And when you come to the microphone, you say, my name is so-and-so, I live at your address, so we can have that in the record. And this is not a question or answer format or debate. We're here to hear the information, deliberate, and make our decisions. I know it's a whole lot of material I just read. Hopefully we're all on the same page. If you have something printed, we ask that you please give that to Ms. Candace, and she'll make copies and disseminate the copies to myself and council members. Now, during the comments from citizens and delegates, we are not addressing zoning items that will have been discussed during the public hearings. The time to address those comments, we're doing the citizens' comment section for the public hearing. Allowing these comments outside of public hearing violates the Georgia State Zoning Procedures Act. So that means if it's a zoning matter, when we ask for comments from that public hearing for that zoning, please come forward at that time and give us your comments, whether you're for or against the item. We're not going to allow comments to come after to talk about zoning matters. That's a whole lot of talking. Hopefully everyone's on the same page. Now we have agenda items, and there's a form outside you can pick up if you like to have a paper agenda, or you can follow us on the screen. We are at item number 4, and it's myself presenting a proclamation to Ms. Shahara Thrasher, the Parks and Recreations Director, declaring the month of July 2026 as Parks and Recreation Month in the city of Douglasville, and to recognize the Douglasville Parks and Recreation's 7U Baseball Braves County State runner-up team and the 12U Baseball Braves County State championship team. We have a lot to celebrate. Let's just clap it up before they start that. All right, Ms. Thrasher.
Hello, Mayor.
Good evening.
Do we have the proclamation? Or?
Oh, you gonna give your name and address and then?
I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
8828 Gurley Road, Shahara Thrasher. Do you all want to introduce yourselves before we have a couple new faces, so I'll let them introduce themselves really quickly.
So we know who we're talking to. Hello.
Algernon Wilson, 8830 Gurley Road, Athletic Program Manager.
Very good. Ms. Bree.
Brianna White, Operations Manager, 8830 Gurley Road.
Thank you.
Good evening, Jason Redmond, Assistant Parks and Recreation Director, 8830 Gurley Road.
That's a new face. Good to see you.
Very new.
Come on, Deputy Director.
Good evening, Madam Mayor and Council. John Penn, Assistant Director, Parks and Recreation.
Mr. Penn, all right, another new face.
Curtis Champion, Recreation Program Manager, 8830 Gurley Road.
Thank you so much. Thank you, team. So I will read the proclamation, or you want to make any comments before or after I read it to bring the
We'll
groups up?
do it after, Madam Mayor.
Okay. Office of the Mayor, Rochelle Robinson, proclaiming July as Parks and Recreation Month. Whereas Parks and Recreations are an integral part of communities throughout this country, including the city of Douglasville. And whereas Parks and Recreations promote health and wellness, improving physical and mental health, and whereas Parks and Recreation promote time spent in nature, which positively impacts mental health by increasing cognitive performance and well-being and alleviating illnesses such as depression, attention deficit disorders, and others. Whereas Parks and Recreations encourage physical activities by providing space for popular sports, hiking trails, swimming pools, and many other activities designated to promote active lifestyles. And whereas Parks and Recreation are a leading provider of healthy meals, nutritional services, and education. Whereas Parks and Recreation programming and education activities such as out-of-school time programming, youth sports, and environmental education are critical to childhood development. And whereas Parks and Recreation increases a community's economic prosperity through increased property values, expansion of local tax base, increased tourism, the intention and retention of businesses, and crime reduction. Now, therefore, I, Rochelle Robinson, Mayor of the City of Douglasville, and on behalf of the Douglasville City Council and the citizens of the city, do hereby recognize July as Parks and Recreation Month in the City of Douglasville, and encourage all of our residents and visitors to visit our local parks this month to enjoy the beautiful nature and everything that they have to offer, so proclaimed this second day of July 2026. Congratulations, Parks. Let's give them another hand.
Thank you. Thank
All
you
right,
so
talk to us
much.
about these teams, these winning baseball teams.
Yes. I just first want to say thank you, and I'm going to pass it over to Mr. Wilson to introduce both teams that won in the Braves Country tournament. But we just wanted to, thank Council for always celebrating Parks and Recreation and everything that we do. This is a month that we celebrate ourselves. The theme this year is the power of parks, just understanding how powerful our Parks and Recreation departments are throughout the country. Some of the highlights of programs we have going on in events this month. We have Teen Night at the Pool, which is tonight from 6:30 to 8:30.
Wow.
Yeah, so half of our team will be leaving out after this proclamation to make sure our teams are good tonight. We also have a Movies in the Park on the 31st. It's Lilo and Stitch. And then we have some activities. We'll do some employee appreciation to celebrate all of our employees throughout the month. And I will yield to Mr. Wilson to announce our 7U and 12U runner-up and champions.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Thrasher. So this baseball season started back in February, and so now here we are in July. And with both of our baseball teams, they traveled across Metro Atlanta to different parks across different areas. And so with our 7U and our 12U baseball teams, they were coached by two individuals along with their assistant coaches who have dedicated many hours and many weeks to our baseball program, not just our all-star teams, but our recreation. Both of these coaches have been in our program for numerous seasons, along with their assistant coaches. And with that, I'd like to introduce our 7U and our 12U All-Star baseball teams. So our 7U All-Star team was coached by Mr. Jamal Collins, and our 12U baseball team was coached by Mr. Curtis Dunham. So if I could get the teams to come up.
Come on, coaches. My husband used to coach. Let me tell you, I got a scar on my knee right now trying to run after my
Players,
son
you guys
playing
can
at
come
Hunter
up
Park.
as well.
So we'll have the teams come up. Coaches, you want to say anything? You can come to the microphone if you want to say anything, Coach.
Okay. I'm just say 8828 Gurley Road, representing Hunter Park.
Yes, sir.
I just want to say thank you guys for having us. Thank you for, showing your appreciation, letting us acknowledge these young individuals, these young athletes. For my group, 7U, believe it or not, is actually comprised of a team half full of 6-year-olds, right? So they actually were playing up in an age group, half of them, and we really represented ourselves well, represented the city of Douglasville, Hunter Park, and, these individuals behind us with class. I would say, thank you guys for allowing me to coach you, for working really, really hard. Unfortunately, we were unable to bring home the championship. We did get the runner-up.
That's all
but
right.
It was a really long day for these gentlemen and ladies. We have one lady on the team as well. I don't think she's here, Sissy. So we started the day off at 8 o'clock was our first game, and our championship game wasn't until 4 p.m. So you can imagine the type of day we had in the heat, in the rain. So, but thank you guys again. Thank you, team. Hopefully we represented everybody really well, and appreciate you once again.
Thank you so much. You coach, you shy.
I just want to say thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, sir.
You guys, thank y'all for giving me the opportunity to coach these great individuals.
They're the champs, huh?
Yeah, and I also want to say congratulations, guys, for you winning the championship. Yeah. Basically, thank you. Just thank you.
All right, so we'll come out and take some pictures. Yes, sir.
One more quick thing. I mean, he's real modest and humble, but this is actually back-to-back for Coach Kurt. So he won last year as well.
Congratulations, Coach. All right. We'll come around. If you all can make a U, and I don't know who's going to direct this. Emily, we'll come on down so we can take a picture.
All right. Okay, if you can't see me, I can't see you. So can everyone see me? Okay. All right, on the count of 3. Mayor Pro Tem, can you move over this way a little bit? There you go. All right, on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna take one more. 1, 2, 3. Big smiles. All right, thank you. He did not like it. Hey, kids,
Okay, so it was baseball. I got skint up knees right now trying to run and play. All right, we'll give the team an opportunity to leave. Okay.
He just got pulled away in the crowd.
Mayor Pro, oh, Councilman Caldwell.
You got trapped out there.
Sucked in the vortex. Okay. I think it's quite enough for us to move on. I know, like a council meeting, right? What is going on? All right, that was fun. It's always nice to support our community and to congratulate those young people that are doing a wonderful job. Team sports is a blessing, helps keep you out of trouble. So we'll move on. We're at item number 5, which is Economic Development Committee. That's chaired by Mayor Pro Tem City Councilmember Terry Miller.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We have no business on the Economic Development Committee at this time.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem. We'll move on then to the next item, which is item number 6. And that's the Finance Committee, chaired by Councilmember Chris Watts.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We have one item to adopt an ordinance to amend the City of Douglasville's fiscal year 2025-2026 SPLOST 2022 fund budget. And Ms. Callan and Ms. Tucker will probably handle this. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Karen Callan, Assistant City Manager and Chief Financial Officer, 6758 Spring Street. And this budget amendment is for our 2022 SPLOST program, and SPLOST means Special Purpose Local Option Sales Tax. This tax is a 1% tax that is collected as a sales tax from retailers and then sent to the Department of Revenue and redistributed back to the cities and counties based on the intergovernmental agreement that is adopted. The SPLOST program funds our major infrastructure and public facilities. It is directly approved by the community. It's not intended for everyday general operating expenses. The Georgia state law requires independent audits of SPLOST funds to ensure proper allocation and management. And most importantly, as I was talking to the chairman earlier, non-residents contribute to this fund. So if you're coming through Georgia, visiting, going to Alabama, coming back from Alabama, and you stop here, then you are, and buy something, you are contributing to this SPLOST program. Our SPLOST breakdown is transportation, 35%, public safety, 35%, parks and rec, 10% of the total SPLOST, and facilities, 20% of the total SPLOST. It's a 6-year SPLOST program, and right now we're estimating about $60 million in total. The budget allocations are listed and summarized on the memo that is attached to your agenda item. Capital projects have been discussed at a committee meeting a few weeks ago by the city manager, and we intend to present to you on a quarterly basis for a more detailed progress report on the capital projects. And just running through these real quickly, for our facilities portion of a SPLOST, we're lining up our budget for airway, demolition of the Corners Building, Alice Hawthorne platform building upgrades, and any savings there will go to the new City Hall project, because the SPLOST fund is funding a portion of the City Hall. For parks, we have $330,000 allocated for Fowler Field improvements, and then lining up budgets on the irrigation system, West Pines maintenance, break room and modular building, sinkhole repairs at Hunter Park, and Jesse Davis Park construction. For public safety, we are lining up the budgets on the downtown camera system. We're adding funds for the public safety driving course broker fees. Vehicles are also funded through our SPLOST program, and then Axon Body Fleet and Taser program for public safety. SWAT roadblock replacements and SWAT Command Center. And lastly, for our transportation portion of the SPLOST program, we are appropriating funds for GDOT matching for Dallas Highway, GDOT project matching funds for Fairburn Road, intersection improvements project at Rose Avenue, intersection improvement projects at Bright Star, Douglasville Garden Trail, and then some passenger vans. There's a few LMIGs that we're also funding matches for that are listed. And then finally, sidewalk construction projects. And I'll be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Thank you, Ms. Cowan. Thank you for pointing out that that long list of projects is not just paid for by the citizens of Douglasville who voted for the SPLOST back in 2022. It's also paid for by people that visit coming through. And it's just, there's just a lot of projects there, a lot of things going on in Douglasville. I appreciate your report. Do we have any questions or comments? Yes, Madam Mayor, we'll start with you.
I do. Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Ms. Callan. I did have a question about Jesse Davis construction. It says change order for camera system at JD. What's going on with the camera system?
So they added a camera system towards the end of the project. They wanted more cameras, is my understanding from the project manager.
So they weren't included initially when we did the upgrades?
It is my understanding that they were not.
No, ma'am, these are flock camera systems that integrate with the police department, so those were not a part of construction.
Oh, wow. Okay, so they will go to the PD. Is this part of your, Chief, you have that whole, I'm digressing, that whole big, with all the cameras all over the place? Is this part of that integrated system?
Yes, ma'am, we integrated the system that our officers are able to view the cameras that's at Jesse Davis Park and other city cameras. They able to view those and check those cameras in their vehicles.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's real good, so they can see them in their vehicles too. All right, thank you so much. Thank you, Sahat, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Do we have any other comments or questions from anybody? All right. Is this something that could be placed on the consent agenda for Monday? Is that below the council? All right, thank you. Thank you, Ms. Callan, and thank you, Madam Mayor. That's all we had tonight under Finance.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman and Ms. Callan, and we appreciate being able to put this on the consent agenda. We'll move on to item number 7, Housing and Community Affairs Committee, chaired by Councilmember Elena Hudson.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We have no business under the Housing and Community Affairs Committee this evening.
Thank you, ma'am. Legislative and Intergovernmental Committee, chaired by Mayor Pro Tem City Councilmember Terry Miller.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We have 2 items under the Legislative and Intergovernmental Committee at this time. And the first is to reappoint Deandra Shepard Fisher to serve a 3-year term on the Douglas County Library Board of Trustees, expiring July 1st, 2029. Ms. Kristen Tate will be here to give us a background on that.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Good evening, Mayor and Council. Kristen Tate, Operations Manager, 6758 Spring Street. As stated, Ms. Shepard Fisher is seeking reappointment to the Douglas County Library Board of Trustees, where she currently serves as the board secretary and City of Douglasville appointed member. Ms. Shepard Fisher has attended all meetings according to the West Georgia Library System staff and looks forward to another term if reappointed. She is seeking reappointment for a 3-year term ending July 1, 2029.
Ms. Shepherd has agreed to do this under her own volition and is not being coerced in any way. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
That's very good. Anybody have any questions or comments?
I have a question. When is the library going to be finished on Salmon Drive? You know, City Manager? They better hurry up. Okay, that's all. I just asked. So she has the other libraries, like Dog River and all the other libraries outside of Salmon.
Yes, it's the entire library system for Douglas County.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, this includes the whole system, correct? That the Board of Trustees, not just the Solomon
For
branch.
West Georgia, correct.
Okay, that's a lot of responsibility. Okay. All right, if it is okay with council, I would like to place this on the consent agenda for Monday. Okay.
Looks good.
So done. Second item is to authorize travel and training expenses for Mayor Pro Tem Terry Miller, name rings a bell, to attend Link 2026, sponsored by the Atlanta Regional Commission in Mexico City, Mexico, August 19th to 22nd, 2026, with funding for the expenses to come from Mayor Robinson's training budget. Madam City Manager.
Yes, sir. So you all have an administrative ordinance that requires travel that is going to be from a council member, has to be approved by you all as a group. It is not required by Mayor Robinson, but she does serve on that board. So in order for the Mayor Pro Tem to go in her place, you all would have to approve that travel.
Thank you, City Manager. I'll open the floor for questions or comments. Madam Mayor.
Thank you so much, Mayor Pro Tem. I would ask the council to consider sending the Mayor Pro Tem in my stead. I have a lot of travel going on and a lot of personal stuff as well with my family. My daughter's engaged. I have stuff going on at that time, and then we have other chamber, and so it's just really too much on my plate for me to take this trip, but I do think it's beneficial to be with the Atlanta Regional Commission. We're part of the ARC board and part of the Atlanta region, so whatever lessons are going to be learned in Mexico City, inclusive of transportation, getting other international companies to come in like FIFA, World Cup, and tourism, and just all those other lessons to be learned, I think will be valuable to have Mayor Pro Tem attend for me. Madam Chair is not able to go either. She has a NACO or something, and she's sending someone from the county. So I thought it'd only be fitting for the Mayor Pro Tem, part of his responsibilities is when I can't attend, for him to go. So it isn't coming out of his budget, it's allocated out of my budget. I just would appreciate your consideration to send Mr. Mayor Pro Tem. Thank you, that's all I had.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Any other comments or concerns? Just to assuage council, I do speak a little bit of Spanish. Or as my wife likes to point out, I speak enough to get into trouble, just not enough to get out of it.
I don't want to advertise that part.
Probably not. But I promise not to. If it is the will of council, I would be fine putting this on the consent agenda. If you prefer to vote on it Monday, we do that. I guess we can put it on the consent agenda. Okay. Thank you very much. I will honor you well, Madam Mayor.
I know you will, we always do.
That is all we have under the Legislative and Governmental Committee at this time.
Thank you, sir. We'll move on to Personnel and Organization Committee. That's chaired by Councilmember Howard Estes.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We have no business for the Personnel and Organization Committee this evening.
Thank you, Councilman Estes. Planning and Development Committee, chaired by Councilmember Nicole Miller.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Before we start this evening, I do have my opening statement. It says, good evening. I'd like to call the Planning and Development Committee to order. This evening, some of our items on the agenda will require a public hearing. Before we begin those items, I'd like to briefly review the procedures we will follow to ensure an orderly and fair process. These hearings are conducted in accordance with the Georgia Zoning and Procedures Act. As elected officials, it is our responsibility to ensure that all applications are reviewed fairly, impartially, and in accordance with the city's zoning and ordinance and adopted land use policies. For each zoning item requiring a public hearing, we will begin the presentation from the city staff, outlining the requests and any relevant findings. The applicant will then have an opportunity to speak. Following those presentations, the mayor and council may ask questions of both the staff and the applicant. After that, we will open the floor for public comment. If you would like to speak in support of or in opposition to the application, please complete a comment card before approaching the podium. comment cards are located near the entrance of the room and should be submitted to the city clerk before your turn to speak. Please include your name, address, and the item you wish to address, and if possible, any specific questions you would like staff to follow up on. All comments should be made respectfully and directed to the chair. When you speak, please begin by stating your name and address for the record. If you ask a question, please understand that staff will not respond immediately during the public comment portion. Instead, staff will attempt to address all questions at once before the close of the public comment, provided the information is available. Each speaker will be allowed up to 5 minutes to speak. We will allocate a total of 20 minutes for comments in support of and 20 minutes for those in opposition to. This is not a debate. Interruptions, outbursts, or other disruptions will not be permitted. There is a general public comment period at the end of the meeting tonight, but the City Council cannot hear additional public comment during the general public comment portion for specific zoning items where the public hearing has already taken place for that zoning item. The mayor will cut off any public comment that refers back to specific zoning item. And as a reminder, the mayor has requested that there be no applause or other demonstrations during the meeting. So please ensure that your electronic devices are silenced, and anyone who disrupts the meeting proceedings will be asked to leave. And with that, we can begin. Okay, our first item is item number 26-189. Tabled from June 15th, sets to hold a public hearing and consider a request for a special land use permit for an accessory guest house for property zoned R2, single-family residential detached for 0.29 acres at 6304 Melrose Street in Land Lot 21, District 1, Section 5, Parcel ID C027, application by Epic Development in care of Alex Popham. And it looks like Mr. Dana Gray is going to go over this item with us.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Dana Gray, Community Development Director, 6758 Spring Street. Again, this is a request for a special land use permit for an accessory guest house located at 6304 Melrose Street. It is at the corner of Melrose and Estelle Street. The applicant is proposing to build a guest house to the rear of the main house. There is an existing driveway off of Estelle Street, which will be used for access to that guest house. The applicant is also applying for a variance to allow the structure to be placed along the street frontage, which will be the next item to be read. And I also, last meeting, we spoke a little bit about the housing study, so I just want to bring a couple of things to your attention. So that will be reviewed by you all July 16th. So you'll have an opportunity to see the fruition of that study, and the Matrix team did a deep dive with analytics. So this will give us an opportunity to be guided by those data analytics and community feedback. So that will become our guidance to either create new opportunities or to have some text amendments that will benefit the city from that study. However, it would take a little bit of time once we identify things within the code or within the city to make those adjustments. So once we approve that code, it cannot go into effect right away. It will take some analysis by you all, by the city manager's office, community development, to see what direction we will go. So that will just take time to come together and see what happens. So.
Thank you so much, Mr. Gray, for that update. Yep, it sounds like we have a whole lot of working parts here that are finally starting to come together. I know I had asked to table this item last month. I needed a little clarification, and if it helps anyone else out, I know myself, I was getting a little confused with an accessory guest house versus an ADU because they were two completely different things. And now that I have a better understanding of that, because this is actually a guest house, which I know that we did talk about it, but I needed to hear it again or a few more times, that the square footage will be 50% or less of the main dwelling. It will not have its own utilities, so it will be connected with the same utilities as the house, and it will not be able to be rented out.
Correct.
And it will be aesthetically similar to the existing property as well.
Correct.
So before we call the applicant up here, Madam Mayor, Council, do you guys have questions of Mr. Gray? Madam Mayor.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair. I would like to make a comment and then ask a question. And it's okay for you to take your time. It's an important thing. So I'm glad that, you know, you're serious about what you're recommending and that you take time to understand it. So we need to take all the time we need to make certain that we're doing the right thing. When we make these decisions, they're lasting, you know, for generations, and so we don't do things just flippantly. Mr. Gray, and when we receive our report for the housing study that we've gone through for, it hasn't been a year, but it's been a long time. Yes, sir. One of the recommendations would be for us to, and I know you sent it to me already, to look at ADUs and accessories and houses and all types of ideas for housing. And like I've said before, even at the mayor's conference, U.S. Conference of Mayors in California, they were talking about multi-generational living with grandparents in Hawaii and California and New York and different places that, and not only elderly people, but young people. I think there was some statistic, it's like 35% or so are kind of moving back to be with their parents because you can't afford, it's 40? Boomeranging, so they're coming back home like 25 to 35 until they're able to afford housing. So for us to have options, you know, to give people to stay together, you know, with families, I think it's beneficial. As a grandmother now, I would love to have my grandbaby live with me, but I think it helps to have those options in our city. So thank you. So we will receive that information, and part of it is accessories, guest housing, all those types of things, correct?
Cottages, ADUs, so it was based on community feedback, and of course their data analytics, where they gave suggestions in terms of the direction we can go or what we can offer the city in terms of single-family units, and like I said, ADUs, cottages, which will help with affordability.
Yes, sir.
Help with young professionals, as you're mentioning, help with workforce housing. So, and then I think I mentioned this at the last meeting, that if you have a parent that's moving into that house, you know, they can be independent. They don't have to be in the main house. They can be close and have their own continued independence, staying at that guest house.
Sir. And making these decisions and not destroying the character of the neighborhoods that are already there is important as well. So for us to look aesthetically how it's going to fit into the community, because you make this investment in your home and you don't want to have someone next door that changes the total character of where you are living. So I think it's an important thing for us to really think about and to look forward. And thank you for bringing the information to us. And thank you, Madam Chairwoman, for looking, diving in deeply to this issue. And thank you all.
I know we've had a lot of conversations about housing, but we're going to keep doing it for a bit. Okay. Anyone else before the applicant comes up? Okay, perfect. Mr. Gray, thank you so much. Mr. Popham, if you can please give us your name and address for the record.
Hey, everyone. Alex Popham from 8599 Estelle Street. Dana did a great job. Thank you for your opening remarks. Thank you for your comments. Again, I'm just doing a guest house for my grandmother for her long-term care. I have the same concerns as I believe the neighbors had emailed Councilmember Miller. I want it to be aesthetically pleasing. I want it to complement the neighborhood. We have a pretty large investment there on Estelle Street in Melrose, so we want the same positive impact to the community as everyone here and all the neighboring partners. But if there's any questions, please send them my way.
Thank you so much for that. Okay, Madam Mayor, Council, do you guys have questions of the applicant before we open this up for a public hearing? Yes, ma'am.
I do have a statement, Mr. Popham. Thank you for presenting. I think it would be good for just community to understand, like you said, you made an investment to say your family, that you're part of the community. You're not coming and you bought this home and you want to build another accessory for a cottage for your grandmother, but you actually have family that lives like within the block.
Yeah, my parents live on Estelle Street. My grandmother does. We've been in Douglas County since the 70s, maybe the 60s, I'm not sure, but we've tried to have pretty good deep roots here, so we plan to continue that.
And that would be great. It's like my grandmother lived here, my Aunt Les lived over here, Aunt Jessie Mae down here, my mama. So I understand it's a good thing.
Yeah, thank you.
And I kind of feel like you're being our guinea pig a bit with this as we like dive into this. Guest houses and learning about different missing pieces in our housing needs. So thanks for doing that as well. Well, folks, at this time, we do need to go ahead and open up that public hearing. So if we have anyone here this evening who would like to speak in favor of this item, if you'll please come down and give us your name and address for the record. And if we have anyone here who would like to speak in opposition to this item, if you'll please come down and give us your name and address for the record. And if we don't have anyone here, we'll go ahead and close out that portion of the public hearing. We'll take this item up on Monday.
Okay.
Our next item is item number 26-188, which is also tabled from June 15th. Says to hold a public hearing and consider a request for a variance from section 3.03.b to allow an accessory guest house to be placed along the street frontage for property located at 6304 Melrose Street in Land Lot 21, District 1, Section 5, Parcel ID C027, application by Epic Development in care of Alex Popham. Mr. Gray.
All right. Again, this variance is associated with the previous one, which is they applied for a special land use permit. So this is a request for a variance to allow a guest house structure along the street frontage. So the property is located on the corner of Melrose and Estelle Street, so that creates two frontages. In our code, any accessory structure is only allowed on the side yard or the rear yard. So if this was not a corner lot, they would be okay being in the rear and the side. So, yes, so I just explained the code. So that is their request to be able to put it in the frontage of Estelle Street. And again, they will be using Estelle Street with an existing driveway to access the guest home.
Correct. Okay, thank you for that. And for anyone else that may need clarification, it's not in the front yard, but it is visible from the street because it is on a corner lot.
Right.
It's in the backyard, but again, on a corner lot. Okay. Madam Mayor, Council, do you guys have questions of Mr. Gray concerning this item, the variance? No? Okay. Mr. Popham, do you have anything to add to this? And again, if you'll give us your name and address for the record.
8599 Estelle Street, Alex Popham. No, I think you and Dana did a great job, so I'll just leave it with that.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, at this time, if we have anyone here who would like to speak in favor of this item, if you'll please come down and give us your name and address for the record. If we don't have anyone, if we have anyone here who would like to speak in opposition to this item, if you'll please come down and give us your name and address for the record. And as Councilman Davis would say, if we have no takers, we're going to go ahead and close out the public hearing. We will take this item up on Monday. Mr. Popham, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Item number 26-207 says to consider a request for a revised final plat approval for the purpose of establishing the as-built locations of townhomes buildings for lots 27 through 30 of Laurelwood Phase 2 for 12.018 acres at 5059 Reservoir Drive and land lots 23, 24 in District 1, Section 5, application by FR Place. Mr. Dana Gray.
All right, yes, this is a request for a revised final plat for the as-built buildings, the townhomes at Laurelwood Phase 2. So when building, sometimes you can come across some more unforeseen challenges, like the topography or anything that might be within that topography that might pose a challenge. If they make any adjustments to the building, it is good to have that revised plat that will record those changes. This will be their last one before you. And just in case you wanted to know, they had 126 units in Phase 2 and 56 units in Phase 1, totaling 182 units. And that concludes.
Okay. Thank you for all that information. We've seen this one a lot, so I don't have any additional questions on this. Madam Mayor, Council, do you guys have any questions regarding this item? No? Okay. Are you guys comfortable placing this on the consent agenda? Beautiful, thank you. Our next item is item number 26-208. Says to consider a request for revised final plat approval for the purpose of establishing the as-built locations, the townhomes building for lots 13 through 18 of Chestnut Grove for 13.277 acres located at 2003, is that Isla Drive, and land lots 902, 909, 910, in District 18, Section 2, parcel ID 0032, application by Ashton Woods. Mr. Gray.
And this is the same process as Laurelwood, requesting the final plat approval for as-builts for lots 13 through 18, located in Chestnut Grove on Alia Drive. And they have 122 units, but they'll be coming before you 2 more times for revised plats as-builts.
Okay. So they're just not quite as far along in the process, but everything is still going well.
Right.
Appreciate it, thank you. Madam Mayor, Council, do you guys have questions of Mr. Gray regarding this development? I know we've seen this one several times as well. No? Okay. Are you guys comfortable placing this on the consent agenda? Thank you very much. Our next item is item number 26-209. It says, what does that read? Consider whether to accept the petition of OM Shiv Property LLC to annex 1.529 acres of land located on Lee Road and land lot 719, District 18, Section 2, parcel IDs 0002 and 0016 in Douglas County, Georgia, into the city limits, the city of Douglasville. Mr. Gray.
Okay, this is a request to consider this annexation. If you do approve, it will move on to the county for 45-day review for annexation of 2 parcels that are in the county, and they would like for it to come to the city. So also the applicant would like to rezone from CG, which is commercial county, to GC, which is general commercial for the city, for the purpose of building a restaurant, a convenience store with gas pumps. There is a 3rd parcel that they would like to include in the rezoning, which is abutting those 2 parcels. In 2024, this annexation came before you, but it was withdrawn from the applicant, and they also had a rezoning, and it was for a liquor store, gas station with a convenience store, and that was denied at that time.
Thank you, Mr. Gray, very much. Okay, so it's currently zoned CG, is that right?
CG, which is.
Okay, and is that the equivalent of the same restrictions at the city level for our commercial?
They're both commercial. The county might have different restrictions in terms of setbacks and things of that nature, but it's definitely the same use.
Okay, so it's the same type of classification? Yes. And at this point, they are proposing a gas station and restaurant?
Yes.
Okay. Madam Mayor, Council?
You said gas station, restaurant, and liquor store.
No, you heard this one in 2024 where they were proposing a liquor store. Yes, yes.
Okay, that part.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, so they went back to the drawing table, but this parcel is completely surrounded by city property, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. So it's like an island?
No,
Like
no. They are attached, so it's not its own
Okay.
island. Mhm.
Okay, but it is surrounded by city property. Okay.
Madam Chair?
I can't see hands. Yes.
Yes.
Councilman Davis.
I'm glad to see some movement over there on Lee Road. They finally got it finished. It's looking pretty over there. I would like to see some movement over there.
Yeah, and I don't believe that they have any means to gas stations or convenience stores or food or anything on that
No, nothing.
side of I-20.
Maybe I can put a Buc-ee's in the back. A small level.
Councilman Estes?
Yes, I just want to clarify that We're not discussing accepting annexation or rezoning or anything. This is just to authorize us to send the petition to the county for their comments.
Correct.
Good enough, thank you.
Okay. Anyone else? Nope. Okay.
And, yes, you are right. It's sort of an island because it's surrounded by
It is
the
an
city.
island.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, can I ask?
Yes, please.
Just for the record, so other folks hear, this is zoned, if it were to be annexed into the city, it's already zoned to do what they want to do, or will they have to come back to us to get a variance for anything?
The annexation and the rezoning will run concurrently. So right now, it is CG, which is commercial, but they have to rezone it to bring it into the city to be GC commercial for the city.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because anytime if something gets annexed, we have to place our own
Okay, thank you.
zoning classification on there.
Right.
Okay, so I need, are you guys comfortable with this? Like consent agenda comfortable?
Yes.
Okay, sounds good. Beautiful. Thank you guys so much. Madam Mayor, that is all that we have this evening for planning and development.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair. Did consent agenda?
Yes,
Okay. It's on the consent
that's why I said, are
agenda.
y'all okay with
We-
it? And I said, yes, thank
He
you.
missed it. The Elder Miller, you
He's-
got to watch him.
He's
Yeah.
off his rocker tonight.
No, so thank you so much, Madam Chair. You did a wonderful job, and thank you, Mr. Gray, for bringing the information to us. We appreciate that. We'll move on then to item number 11, which is Public Improvement and Beautification Committee. That's also chaired by Councilmember Nicole Miller.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We have no business this evening for public improvement and beautification.
Thank you, ma'am. Public Relations Committee, chaired by Councilmember Samuel Davis.
No, ma'am, we don't have anything.
Thank you so much. Wednesday wind down, Councilman Davis. Public Safety Committee, chaired by Councilmember Howard Estes.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. No business for the Public Safety Committee this evening.
Thank you, sir. Recreation, Culture, and Tourism Committee, chaired by Councilmember Chris Watts.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We have no business tonight in Recreation, Culture, and Tourism.
Thank you, Coach. Technology Committee, chaired by Councilmember Devitrian Caldwell.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We have no business on the Technology Committee this evening.
Thank you so much, Councilman Caldwell. Last committee, we do have business. Transportation Committee, that's chaired by Councilmember Elena Hudson.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We have one item under the Transportation Committee, item 26218. I authorize the mayor to sign amendment number 1 to the Master Design Engineering Services Agreement with AECom Technical Services, Inc. for the Fairburn Road Corridor Improvement Project, PI 19210, extending the agreement term through December 31st, 2029. Marcia Hampton is going to help. I'm so sorry, Marcia Fraser.
You're fine. Yes, ma'am. We will have Matthew Johnson representing the Engineering Department tonight to present that item to you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Go ahead, Mr. Johnson.
Good evening, Matthew Johnson, Project Manager Engineering, 8485 West Courthouse Square. The item before you is a housekeeping item to extend the design master service agreement for design services for the Fairburn Road Corridor. The original agreement was set in May of 2024 and was set to expire in May of 2026. So this extends the agreement to 2029 with our let date for construction for the Fairburn Road Corridor in fall of 2029. So this aligns our interest in Fairburn Road with the design services. So happy to answer any questions you may have.
Okay, thank you. Seems relatively straightforward. Mayor, Council, did you have any comments or questions? Yes, ma'am, Madam Mayor.
I do. Thank you so much, Chairwoman. Mr. Johnson, you said it was May 2024, it's going to expire. It expired already? This is July.
Yes.
It expired in May?
Yes.
So, but we're doing an extension from now until 2029?
Yes.
Okay, so Fairburn Road need a new hip, so we're not gonna mess up, right? And it's our opportunity, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so although it's expired, we can still, they're gonna allow us to swing in and,
Right. None of the scope is going to change. We're just retaining their services just in case we have any kind of revisions needed to be done in between now and when the construction should start.
Is there a fee associated with this with AECom?
No.
No? Okay. All right. Thank you so much. That's all I had. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Great questions. Anyone else from council? Okay, are you all comfortable placing this on the consent agenda for Monday? Okay,
Looks
wonderful. Sounds great. Thank you for your time. And Madam Mayor, that is all we have under transportation.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair, and thank you, Mr. Johnson, representing the engineering department. Tell Mr. Thompson you did a wonderful job. We'll move on then to other business. I'll open up the floor for council members for any other business. I would say we do have events. Of course, the 4th of July, the parade starts at 10 o'clock. Our Grand Marshal is Michael Tolbert. He is graduated from Douglas County High School, former NFL player. Wonderful young man, so we're excited to have him come back. He's really given back to the community. There is Douglas County High School has, I think he donated a gym, a workout center. He used to take the Tiger Cubs to NFL games. Really nice young man, so we're excited to have he and his family as our Grand Marshals. The 7th of July is Goals on the Green, so if we want to go and support our watch party, which will be at noon at the Town Green, and then July 9th, Mayor Pro Tem is having a town hall. So those are some things coming up next week. We're always busy, but we're excited to celebrate 250 years of America as the invocation. We have our spots and wrinkles, and we've learned from hopefully the past, most of us. So we're here to celebrate liberty and freedom. So we're excited about that. Now, any other business? Council members, you have anything, elected officials? Councilman Davis, look like your face. You want to say something?
You had asked me to talk to Julio. He had to
Oh.
talk, but he fly back.
What?
Yeah, he fly back. He will come.
He'll come.
Ride with Big Mike.
We'd love to have him. You're going to be on the truck, Councilman Davis. All right now, everybody mess around with you. Hopefully it
Be a
won't rain. Okay, well, good. And we understand it was a great crowd last night at Wednesday Wind Down, ending out our series, and we'll continue to move on and open up for our fall concert series as well. Councilman Watts.
Yes, ma'am. Ms. Frazier, the mayor, she got recognized or something down at the, down in Savannah. What was that for again?
The mayor is now the third vice president for the Georgia Municipal Association, so which means that in 2030, she will be, 2029, 2030, she could be the chair president of the Georgia Municipal Association. So it's a, yeah, it's a big deal.
536 cities. The Lord trying to show out.
You go from
Thank
one
you.
city to 536. That's quite a jump.
As long as I get elected in this city, this is one of my priorities, Douglasville. But thank you so much, Coach. I appreciate that. And you all, we had other recognitions from council members. Both the Millers and Hudson received accommodations as well. And
Councilman
Estes too. Estes, you would. Oh, wow. So we were doing a lot in Douglasville. Douglasville's doing a lot at the annual conference. So wonderful. But thank you all so much for that. Thank you, Coach. If we know, oh. He did. This is the freshman initiation. He did a wonderful job. He was trying to show out too. He had one arm like he was so strong, showing his muscles, just waving one arm with the flag. Yes, sir. Well, thank you so much. We'll move on. That's a lot of fun, but we're serious. Yes, sir. Mayor Pro Tem.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Just wanted to note for those who are listening at home, the town hall for Ward 1 is going to be at the at West Georgia Tech, so it's a different venue than usual. So just what people notes that it's been changed from
What's the
usual
time?
6 o'clock, July 9th. I got that right?
Actually,
Was it
probably what would serve you all better is to have Miss Emily Hardaway come up and give you all the details for all the
That would be
upcoming events so that
awesome.
you can have all
That
the
would.
information,
Don't rely on my
times,
memory.
locations, and all that good stuff.
Don't rely on my memory on
All
this
right,
one.
Miss Emily. So before we do updates from city staff,
Just
we'll
hoping I
have
show
you
up at the right
do that.
place.
Thank you, Miss Emily. We're ready.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. Emily Hardaway, Communications Manager, 6758 Spring Street. First, I'll just talk a little bit more about the parade. As Mayor already mentioned, it will start at 10 a.m. this Saturday, July 4th. The parade route is from Church Street all the way down from Fairburn Road to Rose Avenue, ending at the Town Green. Immediately following the parade, our award-winning Parks Department will host a festival at the Town Green until 2 p.m. They'll have face painting, balloon artists, food trucks, amongst other things, and special performances by 2 dance groups. In the evening, fireworks will be shot off from the West Pines Golf Course and will be viewable from the surrounding areas. The fireworks will not be viewable from the Town Green, and we already have plans in place to put signage out letting people know so that they don't come to the Town Green expecting to see the fireworks. For the town hall meetings, Ward 1 will be July 9th at West Georgia Tech, located at 4600 Timber Ridge Drive at 6 o'clock. On July 14th, there will be a downtown town hall right here at the Conference Center, also at 6 p.m. If any of the other elected officials would like to have a town hall meeting, you can contact Kristen Tate, and we'll work with her on getting some dates, working to get with you on some dates that would make sense for your schedule. I'm happy to answer any other questions that anybody has about upcoming events.
Thank you, Miss Emily. You know, I
Yes,
call you
ma'am.
Miss Melissa, but I know your name is Emily.
You're fine.
What about the drones? You know, we're saying that we can't see the fireworks from the Town Green. There are some cities that are just going to drones.
Oh, a drone
And you can
show?
see them all over. Yeah.
That's something, yes.
Chief, why are you looking like that, Chief?
You know, guys come out and see how that'll look, you know. I put it to them tomorrow.
And then the safety issue was not I know we're going to have a 4th of July discussion, but what do you all think? The drone, do they make noise?
I don't think we have enough of them.
They don't scare the cats?
I just have to see how
You gotta have like hundreds of
how they
them.
receive it and then put it back on the big screen down there. I don't know. We haven't experienced that or tried that out to see how it would look. I
Yeah.
know they did it in Atlanta, but I don't know all the ins and outs of what they did to do it. I don't know if it was the police department or they had a drone team to come in there and do it.
Right, a company or something.
Right.
I'm not sure. I was just thinking, so, you know, you expect to see it from the Town Green, and that's like our largest gathering space, and people come there and they can't see the fireworks. So can we televise the fireworks on the screens while it's being at West Pines? Can we have a camera out there?
I'm not sure that would be,
We'd have to have a mechanism to film it. So that's going to be the challenge. So we can follow back up with you all via email to see what we can do. But I know that the deputy police chief, and Chief, you probably know this, we've exhausted safe locations of where we can shoot the fireworks, where they can be visible. And right now, where we have them is essentially the safest space for fire protection services from that standpoint. But we can take a look to see.
Yeah, because then you can't nobody see them. I mean, they're being shut off, but if you're at the mall, any other places, unless you're just really around the city, you're gonna miss them. So that's why I thought about drones, but I know it's a larger conversation for us to have. Boo hiss, we want to see the fireworks. So Chief, if you can, I don't know what you need to do.
I'll ask the question and see what the guys say.
Okay.
And then the thing was, the reception, how's it gonna come in? Is it gonna be, you know, is it gonna look good? There's something that we just don't know, and then we
Right.
just up and doing, and then it's zero.
Yeah, we got a whole year to think about it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I had. Any other questions for Miss Emily? Thank you, Miss Emily.
you're welcome, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. We'll go to updates from our city staff. Our illustrious city attorney, Mr. Joel Dotson.
No business, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Attorney Dotson. Our staff attorney, Ms. Miranda Jordan.
No business, Madam Mayor, thank you.
You're welcome. Our Chief of Police, Dr. Gary Sparks.
No business, Madam Mayor, but we'll check on that. Well, we got a men conference
I was
coming
just saying,
up.
you always have something.
Yeah, we got a men conference coming up next Saturday from 10 to maybe 10 or 12, 10 to 1.
Okay.
So it's out on our Facebook page. So when men's come out, we have a urologist that's coming, and
good.
some more doctors going to be there. Breakfast will be provided, but you
I
need
know
your
you have a good
RSVP.
breakfast, too.
Yeah, so we'll put that out there for the.
Did you
for
have
the
information sharing or unity something while we were in Savannah?
No, I went to the FBI National
Okay,
Conference.
okay.
Yes. It's going to be at 10.
10 o'clock next Saturday, the 11th. Okay. Thank you, Chief. Our City Manager, Ms. Marcia Frazier.
Yes, ma'am. Just to remind everybody that City Hall will be closed tomorrow in recognition of July 4th, and that we are asking those who have been honored if you would bring your gear with you on Monday so we can acknowledge you in the meeting if you would like to be here. That's your plaques, your medals, all your great things that you received while you were in Savannah. That's all I have.
Thank you so much. The city manager did a phenomenal job. I hear a lot of support from council talking about data centers. She was one expert persons on the panel. And we were blessed as well to meet with the veteran speaker, the Lieutenant Colonel. She talked to some women after. So city manager and I were in that luncheon. That was great. Thank you all. Well, we have any other business to come before the council? It's the time for citizens and delegates. If you sustain the meeting, we don't have any staff reports, please come forward and give us your name and address for the record. Yes, Ms. Cindy? And you can talk to us about any business germane to the city of Douglasville. I like your shirt.
I'll try to be short. Cindy
You're
Welch, 3002 Concord Way.
Yes, ma'am.
Who is responsible for Stewart Mill Road, city or county or both?
It depends.
Is there a particular question that you have, Ms. Cindy?
There is. There's that driveway that comes out of Coles.
The same one you talked to us about before?
And the driveway that goes into Coles. Well, today, I almost got run over. And there was a car coming out of Coles, not supposed to be coming out the way they were coming. There was an 18-wheeler coming off of Chapel Hill Road, coming down Stewart Mill, and they were making a left turn into Coles, and there was a car coming out of Coles. And I'm sitting there honking. As JR said, I'm taking that horn off your car. But there it was. I mean, and it's like, I didn't know who was going to get hit first, the car, the 18-wheeler, or me. And I just sat there. And finally, the car went up over the grass and came back down, and I thought he was going to go under the truck. I mean, you just can't imagine what it looked like.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, the only thing that's going to solve that problem is to shut that tow driveway down. And that truck was coming, he was coming down Chapel Hill Road, because I watched him. And he didn't want to wait for the traffic light to go on down Chapel Hill Road, go down to the traffic light, turn into Kohl's or Hobby Lobby, whatever. So he turned right, and then he thought he was going to make that left turn into that shopping center. And until that driveway is completely closed, somebody's going to get hit. And if it's me, I have told my family, just go ahead, sue the city, sue the county, whoever. Because it's going to happen.
Well, we're sorry that you had a bad experience, Ms. Cindy. We're glad you're okay. I know the chief has looked at that area before. I'm not certain. I think it may be a joint road. I can't give you the answer.
I know.
If you know that's a dangerous intersection, don't go that way. Why don't you go around?
No way for me to get out of my neighborhood. That's the only way to get out and into my neighborhood.
Okay. I thought you was going shopping at Hobby Lobby.
No.
Okay.
That's the only,
Yes,
it'd be
ma'am.
wonderful.
Yeah, I'm glad you're
If there was
okay.
another way.
Yes, ma'am. So we'll try to, the chief, you'll look into it. He says he's gonna look into it. I'm glad everyone's okay. And you
Yeah,
have
they
to-
were, but, well, first off, I wish trucks wouldn't come down Stewart Mill Road, but you can't tell them that.
Right,
So,
right. Well, thank you so much for bringing it to our attention. I know we've looked at it in the past, and I thought we had a sign, or there was something going on at one time. We put an officer there, but public safety will certainly
I
look
couldn't
into
believe
it.
this truck was coming down the road and gonna make a U-turn. An 18-wheeler.
I know. Some people can't drive. You gotta do defensive driving. But thank you so much for bringing it to our
Thank
attention.
you for listening.
You're welcome. Any other comments from citizens and delegates? Yes, sir, please come forward, give us your name and address for the record, and we'd love to hear from you. You have 5 minutes.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Madam Mayor and City Council.
Yes, sir.
My name is Albert Lee. I live at 4664 Glider Circle, Douglasville. I'm coming in on behalf of the Douglas County DFACS Board.
Okay.
We leased property from the city of Douglasville. And the building is, I guess, 40, 50 years old. And there needs to be some updates. And we don't know if the city council is, or the city is responsible for it or not. The lease is in the city's name. But because of the times, we've actually, the county has actually hired a full-time security guard. But the security system, the building, the security system is outdated. The key fobs doesn't work on the doors. They work intermittently. And the cameras, there are no cameras. So we're just trying to find out what direction we need to go in. If it's something, we've gone to the state because it's a state agency.
Right.
Even though we operate under county services. But the state says that is the landlord or the lessee's responsibility. So I'm coming in behalf of the DFACS board. I'm a member of the DFACS board to see what action we need to take to remedy this because of we've had a couple of incidents since COVID where we had some unruly clients. And we actually, like I said earlier, we hired a full-time security guard, but that's all the state will do for us.
Right.
So we're trying to find out if there's any relief from the city, or if not, we need to see about another avenue for the safety of the employees.
Yes, sir. Mr. Lee, we apologize. We're sorry that you're having some bad experiences. Our city manager has, I'm certain, and legal will get that information and talk to DFACS. It is our building. They're leasing from us to talk about, the key fobs, the security cameras, and a way to make you feel safe. I don't know if you have a response right now, city manager.
We're in the middle of lease negotiations, so anything that we're doing will be handled through the attorneys.
Okay. We're in the middle of lease negotiation. You helping us to have some more stuff to barter on the table with. Yeah, so we're just praying for your safety. We appreciate what you do to help the community in that
right.
facility.
Thank you for allowing us to.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you for staying at the end of the meeting, and give us your comments. Any other comments from citizens and delegates? If not, we don't have any other business to come before council tonight. This meeting is adjourned.